Hello, chat. Hello, hello. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Yeah. More space. Yeah, spice. Let's see. So what? So let's see. I think the plan is we're actually gonna plan out a moon landing today. I might also think of doing a flyby of Minmus, but primarily today we're gonna plan a moon landing. Yeah. How's it going? So, but first, of course, we have a mission that's currently, coming back from the moon. Unfortunately, it's still gonna take a good while to actually, get back. It's gonna take a whole day. We have this really eccentric orbit that we gotta send a satellite up as, which we could do. Let me see. Actually, are we full on contracts? Are our contracts full? We have one more spot for contracts. Yeah. In a tundra orbit. It also needs a science junior. I mean, we could do that. That seems pretty simple. We can do that real quick. We can do that pretty quickly. Antenna generator. It needs a science junior. It needs a thermometer, and it needs a mystery goo unit. Okay, we can do that. We can just modify our. We should just be able to modify our Sat-1 design. Let's see. Load this. We should be able to just modify this design. Actually, we have fairings now. We do have fairings now, so we can just let's see. Yeah, we have fairings now, so we can actually cover these up. We need the 1.25 fairing. Not yet. We need, let's see. It needs a science junior. It needs a thermometer, and it needs a mystery goo unit. So, let's see. Let's just go stick on, where's the thermometer? Where's the thermometer? There's the thermometer. And I'll also have to stick on a mystery goo unit. There. Good enough. That should be fine. Should be able to just move this up a little. Okay, that's gonna bug me. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Now we can put on just put on this fairing. Actually, wait. We can remove the nose then, since we're just gonna be using a fairing. Then we can swap out this antenna for just the top antenna. Yeah, and now it should all fit in the fairing. How does this work again? I forget how this works. It's because it's okay. I actually don't know how this works. How does this work? Okay, that's how. Oh, is it just too fat? Is it just too chunky? I think yeah, I think the thing the goo container is too chunky. I should be able to just do it like that. Yeah, that'll do. Honestly, it'll be fine. It looks stupid. It looks pretty stupid, but it'll work. It'll work. There we go. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Let's take a look at the checklist. Let's see. It has a let's see. Antenna, unmanned probe, antenna, and generates power. Check. It has solar. Yep. Check. Reach the tundra orbit with minimal deviation. With minimal deviation. Okay. Have a science junior. Have a thermometer and have a mystery goo. Yep. And yep, that's the checklist. Checklist set. We'll call this Sat 2 because I'm very good at naming things. And then we're not gonna launch it yet. We want to wait until we're in a good position to actually launch, which is actually relatively soon. Should be like in probably a few hours in game. How's the Merbiter, guys? They're gonna be out of the moon's SOI in about 1.5 hours. Actually, wait, what am I doing? I should I think the moon guys are gonna be out of the SOI before or not. Or not, I guess. Hello, the Bay Harbor Mogger. Okay, sure, I guess. Hello, welcome. Oh, that's a little bit far. It should be fine. Actually, it should still be fine. That should still be a good launch window. All right, that should be a good time to launch. Let's go. Let's launch Sat 2. Do we have, we got Delta V? We should have plenty of Delta V. You're better than me, thanks. Thanks, I guess. Alright, yeah, it should have plenty of Delta V. Let's go. Actually, make sure the staging is correct. Yep, that should be good. Let's go. Two, one, launch! I keep seeing that black speck over there. I need to see what is that thing over there. What is that black speck over there? I actually have no idea. Yes, this launch is a little slow. It does launch a little slow, but I think that's actually fine. Alright, let's begin our turn. Begin our orbital turn. Actually, wait, no, wait, we want to go that way. Wait, hold on. No, we want to go south. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I'm going to restart that. I should have paid attention to which way I was going to be launching. We need to turn south, southwest. Yeah, we want to turn southwest. Let's just try that again. We want to do a southwesterly turn for the orbit. I really should pay attention more which way the orbit it was meant to go. But yeah, so we need to turn southwest. Our orbit needs to be to the southwest. That's fine. We can just do that again. So let's begin our turn to the southwest. A little wobbly. Very wobbly, but it's fine. This thing, I don't know why this thing just wobbles so much on the turn. And it really likes to wobble and rotate. Honestly, it's probably because of maybe the fins. It might be because of the fins. Yeah, we'll just generally head south. Oh. We'll generally just head southwest. Okay, that's a good start of an orbit. That's a good orbit start. And now we'll first of all get into orbit. Yep. All right, we're now in space. 2 minutes and 34-second burn time. Hello, Sheldon Pooper. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. I think we should burn now. Yeah, we should burn now then, if it's gonna be that much burn time. That's gonna be like half our delta V, but we still have that's gonna be half our delta V, but it should be fine. Yeah, it's a lot of delta V because this time we're actually going against Kerbin's rotation. We're actually kind of going against Kerbin's rotation, so it's going to be a lot more delta V. We should still have plenty of delta V for the maneuver, though. Actually, we're gonna... Oh! Didn't realize that was gonna be that forceful, but yeah, we're gonna just deploy the fairings. And yeah. There's our probe. I should have put a battery on this thing. I really should have put a battery on this thing. It's fine. Our very stupid, very dumb looking probe, but yeah, it works. All right, almost. Oh, all right, we're in orbit. All right, we are now in orbit. Yep, good. All right, we are now in orbit. Let us plan our next burn, which is gonna bring our orbit into the required orbit. This is gonna be a very eccentric orbit. What's the apoapsis? 5.6 million kilometers. All right, let's see. $5.7 should be fine. Yeah, okay. 5.8. $5.674. Okay, that should be good. I probably have to adjust it a little bit. All right, that should be a good. That should be good, and then I do have to adjust the elevation, like. I do have to adjust the elevation of the orbit, like. I do have to do a correction at the ascending node, but that should be fine. Let's see, orbital burn in 3 minutes. 51-second burn, 759 meters per second. We still have plenty of delta V. We still have a good amount of delta V, so we should be fine. Make sure our solar panels are facing the sun, so we can get some good charge. How's our moon boys? They're going to be exiting the moon in about the moon's SOI in about like 1 hour. We'll go check on them next. Let's just fast forward to our burn. Alright, prepare for a burn. Alright, and burn. Initiating burn. Might be a little off, but it's fine. We want target is an apoapsis of 5.6 million kilometers. All right, that's good. That's good. And then I have to adjust the ascending node. I have to adjust the inclination. That's what it's called at the ascending node. It's wrong way. He's using some intensive if course corrections. The thing we still have we still have plenty of fuel at least. That's also really that should be good. That should be a pretty good orbit, I think. That should be pretty good. That looks basically perfect. Periapsis is a little low, though. Probably have to do one more correction at the apoapsis to adjust our periapsis. And that looks basically perfect. Apart from the periapsis, that looks basically perfect. Actually, that actually looks perfect. Oh, that looks perfect, actually. Oh yeah, I think we have the perfect burn set up. It is going to be on the dark side of Kerbin, which concerns me a little. But it should be fine. But yeah, we've basically set up a perfect burn right there. Like a perfect basically matching the designated orbit perfectly, basically. Oh yeah, let's go. All right, ready? Go! Fire! And that's basically perfect. Is that successful? Yep. Good orbit. The orbit is good. Orbit is good. And contract is complete. Alright, mission successful. Mission successful. It is now immune to enemy action. The rocket launch was a success. Now we have a nice rocket in orbit, in a tundra. We have a nice satellite in tundra orbit. And our employer is happy. Yay. Yay. This is an interesting orbit. But yay. Mission successful. We're getting paid well for that, I think. So, oh, moon. A moon satellite. And a new thing in orbit above them. In a new orbital station around Kerbin. 9 Kerbals. That's a big station. That's a pretty big station. It also needs fuel. It also needs a lot of fuel. Let's see how our moon boys are doing. Moon guys are doing. We're escaping the moon in 30 minutes. Yeah, we have a contract to put a satellite in orbit of the moon. All right. Let's go check out. I'm gonna go. Okay, this thing is really bugging me. I'm gonna go check out what it is. Let's go. Guess let's go load up Dock 1. Who's getting in here? Sure. Can you go drive out to whatever that thing is? Can you guys drive out to whatever that thing is? Because I need to go take a look at whatever that thing is. Alright, let's pick up some speed. Yes, this is my ground driving vehicle. It looks very stupid, but it works. Okay, we're moving a little fast there. Let's slow down. We don't have to go that fast. Oh, geez, careful. We are drifting. We gotta be careful with our speed. Let's slow down. Our vehicle is drifting. Be extra careful with our turns. Just make light turns. Alright. We're heading straight for that thing. Alright, let's slow down. What is this thing? Oh, squad. It's a squad stone. Can we touch it? Can we touch the squad stone? So she's just like, well, all right then. Not really anything to do here. Yep, I guess we found the squad stone or something. Well, okay. Well, that was a great use of time. At least I know what that thing is now. We got a tiny bit of science. I'll take it. We got the tiniest bit of science. Alright, well, you know, we might as well, let's start planning a thing. Yeah, let's start planning a moon landing. Now, what do we need? I don't remember. What do we need to actually land on the moon? We can just use. We should be able to just use the command pod for now. Wait, this is the bigger one, right? I don't think we want that. I mean, we could use this. It's just kind of lacking. I think it should be fine. This should work. The lander can should work, but it absolutely needs a heat shield to re-enter. But that should work. Let's see, we need some, we do absolutely want to bring some science stuff so we can, you know, do some science. Let's make sure we have, science. We have Argo, we have EVA kits on board. Little dude, thank you for subscribing, welcome. I really don't remember. I'm really still not sure how this works. I'll just bring 2 of them. But I'm really not exactly sure how it works. But anyways, okay, I have an idea. Here's the plan. We're gonna. Well, obviously this thing needs a heat shield. Does this thing have reaction wheels? It does, right? Yeah, it does. How much reaction wheels? Let's see. 3 versus the command pod, which is 5. It should be fine. We can always just add more. And in fact, I might actually just add more. Anyways, what do we want to... let me think. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just attach a heat sink. It's a heat shield, I mean. Why is heat shield so tiny? That's not gonna be enough. Oh, our heat shields are too tiny. All of our heat shields are too small. That's not gonna be enough. Yeah, it's not gonna be enough. That's too small. Okay, we do have bigger heat shields, right? I thought I had bigger heat shields available. There's a bigger heat shield. I do have enough science for that. I'm gonna grab that then. Alright. So now we have a bigger heat shield. That'll be enough to, so that'll be enough that'll be enough to protect the thing. We're gonna put a parachute. Utility. Right? Yeah, I should have some lights. I really you should add some lights onto the craft. Just to make sure I can see. How many people can this hold? Only one? Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Can only hold one, which is really annoying. And I guess I could do 2 lander cans. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna add 2 lander cans. How about that? We need a parachute. Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be just making sure. Oh yeah, that's gonna be that will work for deployment. For re-entry. That should work for re-entry. We're gonna add a decoupler. Engine plate. That's too small. That's good. Yeah, I guess this is gonna be a bigger rocket. How much delta? Area is too small. Do I really not have anything? I guess I have the thud. It's not gonna. That's not a lot of delta V. That's a lot of thrust to weight though. So we definitely do not need that many. We can just like just 2 of these will probably be more than enough. Yeah, that'll probably work. Because apparently we just don't have a small enough... we don't have a small engine. We just don't have a small engine. So the thud will work. The thud will work. It'll do. We just need a bigger fuel tank. Let's grab a bigger fuel tank, I guess. That's too big. Guess we'll just use 2 of these. How are we gonna get... We're gonna need a ladder. We are definitely gonna need a ladder to get down. It'll probably do. Like, actually, just for landing, it should be fine, right? If we're just gonna be using these for landing, it should be fine. Okay, problem is we don't really have anything that's... Okay, hold on. I think that's... No, we don't... The problem is we don't really have anything that's smaller. This work? That should work. Actually, that should work. That'll work. What if we just put a terrier on? That should. Oh, that's not quite enough. The problem is the terrier just isn't really enough. The terrier is just not really enough. I think we are just gonna have to go with the thud. Yeah, I think we are just gonna have to go with the thud. Make sure we add some legs, some landing legs. And then what? Then that's just gonna have to be a just adapter, I guess. This is gonna look really stupid. This is gonna look so dumb. I think we don't have it. I think we're gonna need bigger rockets. I think we're gonna need bigger rockets before we can land on the moon. Because what we have right now just isn't gonna be enough. Like, we're gonna need, like, this one, I think. Heavy rocketry. That is, I think that's too big for us, for our needs, I think. In here, there's the torch, the spark. Yeah, I think this one will do. This is what we'll need. We'll need propulsion systems, I think. 55 kilonewtons. That's 20. Oh, that's too small. Actually, maybe not this. This one, though. 250 kilonewtons? 650? I think that's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need heavy rocketry, I think. The Terrier is 60. This one will be useful for you know, for sending up small rockets like satellites, but we're gonna need the heavy rocketry, I think. Yeah, we're gonna need heavy rocketry. What we have right now just isn't cutting it. We're gonna need something big, which means we don't really have a choice but to wait. Which means we don't have a choice but to wait for our guys to get back with the science. We could start working on the orbital station around Minmus. You know what? Yeah. Let's go start working on the orbital station around Minmus. It needs 4,000 units of liquid fuel. Can hold 5 KERBALs. It needs a docking port, can generate power, and an antenna. Can generate power. And has an antenna. Oops. You know what? Might as well add some science. At least a reusable science. Yeah, add the reusable science. And then it needs to 4,000 units of liquid fuel. It's gonna need a lot of fuel. Because it needs to not just have enough liquid fuel, it needs to get there. It needs to get there. It needs to be in orbit with that much liquid fuel. How much liquid fuel is this? That's only 360 and needs 4,000? We're gonna need we're gonna need something bigger. Alright, so that ain't gonna cut it then. 4,000 units of liquid fuel? 4,000? I mean, there's our 4,000, I guess. It's gonna be that much fuel. That's gonna be so much. We're gonna need bigger rockets. I think we just need bigger rockets. We're gonna need bigger command pod and bigger rockets. This is still only two crew, yeah. At least 5 kerbals, so we are gonna need 2 crew cabins. That's not gonna be enough. Ah! You know what we can do? We can stick these guys in a fairing. Those guys are gonna get stuck in a fairing. Yes. And then it needs a docking port. It needs an antenna. And we're gonna tack on some science equipment. At least the reusable science equipment. And then what? Then it needs then it's gonna need some rockets. It's gonna need some fuel. 4,000 units of liquid fuel? How are we gonna have 4,000 units of liquid fuel? Okay, actually, how are we gonna have 4,000 units of liquid fuel? How is that even gonna work? That's so much fuel. That is way too much fuel. Like, what are we gonna do with how are we even gonna get 4,000 units of liquid fuel? Like, that is actually too much liquid fuel. How are we gonna bring 4,000 units of liquid fuel? Guess we could just stick some fuel tanks on the side. Because how much fuel is that in total? That is 4,000. How are we gonna bring that fuel? Now, how are we gonna bring that fuel over? The question is, how do we even bring that fuel? How are we even gonna bring that fuel over? I don't even know. I was like, I don't know. How are we even gonna bring that fuel? Like, because how does that even work? I don't know how this work. How it's even gonna work. $4,000 units of liquid fuel is just. That is too much fuel. Like, we're not gonna be able to just. I don't know. I don't know how is this gonna work. That is too much fuel. We don't even have a rocket capable of bringing that much fuel. I guess we're gonna be stuck on this again, because 4,000 fuel is just too much. We just don't have that much fuel. We just don't have enough fuel for that. We're just gonna have to scrap that for now. We're just gonna have to scrap it for now, I think. We're gonna have to come back to it. All we can really do right now is just bring. I think we should just focus on bringing our guys back from the moon. That's really all we can do. Because anything else is just not viable. Anything else is just not viable at this time. All right, we're about to exit the moon's SOI. And yep, we're exiting the moon's SOI, and we are now in Kerbin's, back in Kerbin's SOI. Let us make sure we quick save. Just in case, we're gonna quick save there, and then we're just gonna fast forward to the re-entry. Just gonna warp there. Oh, we're gonna land on the night side of Kerbin. That's gonna suck. Yeah, we're gonna land on the night side of Kerbin, unfortunately. Alright, let's prepare for re-entry. First of all, make sure we have all our data tucked away safely. So make sure we have all of our data, all of our science data stored. Or all of our science data stored away in the crew caps, in the command pod. Yep, that looks good. That looks good. And let's prepare for re-entry. Re-entry in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Let's just prepare for re-entry. Re-entry in 30 seconds. Oops. Let's jettison our engines and prepare for re-entry. All right, re-entry beginning re-entry. Good luck. All right, re-entry beginning. Oh, our parachutes are not. Our parachutes are a little bit exposed right now. Oh, geez. Problem? Small. Okay, that could be a problem. Our parachutes are a little bit exposed to the fire. It should be fine. Ooh, kaboom. Kaboom, kaboom. Yeah, I hope we don't... we should be fine, I think. Our heat shield is getting a little overheated, ironic. Oh, what's getting hot? Something's moving. I think it was the crew cabin. Yeah, unfortunately we're gonna land at night, which sucks for, you know, being able to see things. Apparently our heat shield is ironically our heat shield is slightly overheating. Ironically. Our parachute should be fine. Oops. Careful. Yep, we are no longer shooting back into orbit. We are no longer, we are now suborbital. Now we are suborbital. It looks like we'll be coming down on land. Are we gonna be landing in the city again? Alright. Re-entry heat dying down. Re-entry heat is dying down. Re-entry heat is dying down. Prepare for landing. Calm down. Alright, hey, calm down. Calm your shit. Why do you want to turn so much? Alright, Valentina, just hold it. Hold it at retrograde. We're gonna be landing, like, in the middle. It's like smack dab in the middle of the city. Yeah, we're gonna be landing, like, smack dab in the middle of like, someone's house. Oh well. Sucks to be them. Yeah, someone down here is gonna have is about to have a very bad day. All right, parachutes deployed. Deploying chutes. Perfect. All right. Successful mission. Successful re-entry. Mission successful. Oh, Captain. All right, and we're back. Welcome back, guys. It's been so long since we've seen you guys back on. I feel like it's been so long since we've seen these guys back on Kerbin. But welcome back. Oh, look at all that. Oh, look at all that science. Oh, baby, that science. Oh, baby, look at all that science. Ooh. Nice. Anyways, we also completed a bunch of contracts with that. So, yay. We have enough data on the moon. We can stage one. We can stage? Wait, what? We can stage? What? We can stage one? What do you mean we can stage one? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean we can stage one? Well, I mean, we're gonna accept that. This one we can literally just do right now. But, oh, we can get so much science. Heavy rocketry, hell yeah. We are gonna need the heavy rocketry. Advanced fuel systems, we might need that. We probably need that, actually. We definitely need heavy rocketry. Do we need we probably don't need heavier rocketry just yet. We need propulsion. Do we need no? Like these are basically small propulsion. Advanced fuel systems might be useful, especially for, you know, putting. Oh yeah, look at all that fuel. Yeah, I think this will be good. I think we're gonna grab advanced fuel systems. Space exploration. Actually, yeah, this will probably be good to have. These are all small rockets, but I don't think we really need. I mean, this will be useful for cheap missions or cheap small missions, but I think we want advanced fuel systems. We'll get space exploration as well. Now we okay. That's a lot of our. That's a lot of science. Then we just use a whole bunch of science. Now what? Now, technically, we could actually just grab some. We could fly around Kerbal and grab some science, but it's going to be really slow. We could grab the propulsion systems, but you know what? I think we'll do it later. All right, now let's actually. Now we should be able to actually plan our moon landing thing. Because let me take a look at our rockets. We have the Poodle engine, which is actually pretty nice. Which will actually the Poodle engine should work well for Poodle engine should work well for this one actually, especially even for the landing. Unfortunately, it's a little bit big. It's actually a little bit big for this. It should be fine. Yeah, it's actually a little big. The hell is that? All right, that should be good. Yeah, that should be work. That should work nicely. That should work nicely, actually. Tri-stack coupler, interesting. That should be enough to land on the moon, I think. Actually, maybe not. I actually don't know how much we need to land on the moon. Is this enough to land on the moon? You know, I'm just gonna go check. Let me see, actually. It says moon surface to orbit is basically to return to the moon. You need about 900 meters per second. So to return to Kerbin from the moon surface requires about 900 meters per second. Plan for about 1,000 meters per second for landing. Okay, that should be fine. From Kerbin to landing on the moon. Requires a total of 3,400 plus 860 plus 310 plus 580. I need a calculator. Let's see, that's well, we need 3,400 to reach Kerbin to orbit Kerbin. This should be enough, I think. Actually, wait, hold on. I want to add some science stuff. We are gonna need some science. We will need we need science. What's the point? What's the point of you know, what's the point of doing all this if we're not getting science? Let's see. Is the bigger service module? Yep. Can I open it or? Oh, yep. There we go. Okay. That's. Can I just like shove this inside? Can I just shove this Science Junior inside, like somewhere? Like, what if I just like shove it inside? Yeah, that'll work. Honestly, it'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Honestly. Yeah, that'll do. Little jank, but it'll do. Let's make sure these other science things are not hidden. Yep, that'll do. That'll do. Now, is this going to be enough? Is that enough delta? Because we did shove a bunch of weight inside. Is that going to be enough? I think it might be. Alright, okay. For now, let's just, that should be enough, I think. Yeah, that should be enough. That should be plenty. Okay, we are gonna need landing legs. We're gonna need landing legs. Can these extend? Okay, that's a problem. These do not extend. These are not long enough. These legs are not long enough. Okay, they're just barely long enough. It'll do. They are just barely long enough, which is actually a problem. They are just barely long enough, which means we could possibly scrape the engine. We might possibly scrape the engine, like like when launched. How heavy are these things? Only 0.5 tons, but I feel like for some reason I feel like our delta V just massively shrank. No. No. Okay, we're good, I think. No, we're good. Never mind. Let's go add some boosters. I don't know how many boosters we need, but we'll, this is probably way too big. We're gonna like have so... I feel like we're gonna have so much extra fuel. I feel like we're just gonna have... I feel like that's just overkill. We're just gonna have so much extra fuel. That's not gonna be enough, though. Those boosters aren't gonna be enough, though. This will be enough to get to orbit, though. This will be enough to get to orbit, at least. Sorry, I mean, the boost... Okay, actually, the boosters and the skipper are going to be enough to get to orbit. So, actually, this is kind of overkill, then. You don't need that much fuel, then. That's going to be overkill. Yeah, this will be plenty. This will be plenty. This is gonna be plenty of fuel, I think. Like, we're gonna have so much extra fuel. Actually, that's gonna be like too much fuel. That's actually way more fuel than we need. I'm gonna cut back on the fuel. This is the one we need. Why is that in the... Okay, let me think. Actually, is that gonna... let's see. Let me do some math real quick. It should be... Okay, that should be enough, but it might be cutting it a little close. Actually, that's gonna be cutting a little close, I think. That'll do. That'll be good, I think. Yeah, I think that'll be good. This should be good for the moon lander. Nose cones, should be good. Wait, actually, wait, first. We need, hold on, bins. And that should be good. Save that, and let's take a look at our crew. Who are we bringing? I would feel bad if Jebediah didn't come along for the first moon landing. We'll bring Bill along, and we'll bring, you know what, Silfert. We will need a scientist, so we'll bring Silfert along. Oh yeah, we need a ladder. Ladder. Going up the ladder. Ladder. Let me hear you say ladder. Make sure there's the ladder. We need a ladder up to the to the cans because they're really high up. Not exactly the best design, but it should work. Oh, this thing's a little top heavy actually. Oh, that's actually a bit of a problem. This thing is a little bit top heavy. Okay, never mind. It was a little bit it was okay, never mind. Problem solved. Yeah, okay, problem solved. Alright, problem solved. Let's make sure staging is good. Verify staging. Alright, staging should be good. And, let's go, I think. Yeah, let's go. This should be good. Let's get going. Finally, we are launching our moon mission. Let's get it done. Let's get her. All right. 3, 2, 1. Go, go, go. I should have put some struts on the boosters. It's fine. Begin our orbital turn. I always forget that's to use struts on my boosters, so they always end up wobbling in a bunch. Get off! Get away from me! Silly boosters. I really should have added some reaction wheels. Oh, I really should have added some reaction wheels to this thing. I really should have added some reaction wheels. Why did not... Actually, you know what? I am gonna... You know what? Yeah, it's actually gonna be a huge problem. I'm gonna add some reaction wheels. That is gonna be a huge problem if I don't fix it. Reaction wheel. That's too small. Let's just, Does this thing have... Hold on. Does this thing have... Did I not put... Hold on. I realize I'm missing some stuff. I realize a couple of things I'm missing in this design, so... It's a good thing I did actually restart. First off, I don't have any batteries. I never put any batteries or solar panels. I'm gonna put it up top. We're gonna have a lot of control authority on the top, but it should be fine. And we need solar panels. Just making sure, just making sure, oh yeah, that's fine. This should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. On the moon, it should be fine. We actually wanted it to be bottom heavy on the moon, but we want the aerodynamic overlay to be at the bottom while you're in atmosphere. So this should be good. All right, let's try again. I forgot struts. I forgot to add struts. Oh god, I forgot to add struts. I once again forgot to add struts, so oops, teehee. Go. Let's go. We gotta stage a moon landing. It's time for us to stage a moon landing. Oh, it's so unstable. I should have added the thing. Oh, I really should have added I really should have added the... what's it? My brain is blank right now. Pretty sure I've added the structural support thing, like the clamp. You know, the launch clamp. I should have added those. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Get back up there. Get to orbit. I want to make sure I don't accidentally hit station 1. Anyways, we are now in space. That's next to begin our orbit. Is to do our orbital burn. This, I think, this stage should basically be just not enough to reach orbit and fall into the atmosphere. So that's fine. I want to watch our landing struts. Hey, yay! Wow, they are loud. What's deploy shielded mean? I don't know what that means. I don't know what deploy shielded means. Oh shoot, I wasn't paying attention. Wasn't paying attention to our maneuver time. Whoops. My bad. I was too fascinated by my landing struts. All right, we're in orbit. Orbit achieved. Now where's the moon? It's over there. Let's plan a moon intercept. Probably should have scouted the moon for a good landing site. Moon periapsis, that should be good. I want to see if we can get into a nice equatorial orbit around the moon. Nice low equatorial orbit would be ideal. That'll do, I think. I think that'll do. Yeah, that'll probably do. 14 kilometers, that'll do. 849 meters per second? Okay. That'll do. Oh, I forgot to add landing lights. Shoot. Actually, no, never mind. I did add landing lights. Good job, me. I did add, never mind, I did add landing lights. Hooray. There's a sunset. Yay, lights. Is it actually lighting up, or is that actually producing any meaningful amount of light? I cannot tell. I cannot tell if that's actually producing any meaningful amount of light. We'll just try to aim. We'll just try to land on like the light side of the moon. I mean, that's what we want to do anyways. We're definitely not gonna. We are definitely not landing on the dark side of the moon. That would be very silly. That would be very silly if we did so. Alright, prepare for burn. Prepare for orbital burn. Prepare for our burn. Hey, look, the sun's rising. Hey, look, there's the sun. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Alright, we are now intercepting the moon. We're now about to intercept the moon. We are now gonna intercept the moon's orbit. I'm gonna just do a tiny retrograde burn just to reduce our periaxis. Alright, perfect. That should be perfect. Now onwards we go. On we go. Going to the moon! We're going to the moon! Good thing I checked my staging. I almost had my staging wrong. Jeez. We're going to the moon! And we still have plenty of Delta V, so we should be good. We still have lots of Delta V, so we should be good. Yay! So now these guys are gonna be, so Jebediah and Silford are gonna be on their way to the moon. Let's go. Oh, now let's go back to the drawing board. Let's go back to the drawing board and take a look at what we want to do for Minmus, for the Minmus station, because again, 4,000 units of liquid fuel is that's a lot of liquid fuel. I guess what we could that's like we could like send a tanker up, but that's no. That's dumb. Like we could send a tanker or something, but again, that's dumb. Oh yeah, oh, I should have loaded up an EVA repair kit. I should have loaded up an EVA repair kit. Oh well. It's fine. I'm gonna add a reaction wheel there. Alright, this thing needs 4,000 units of liquid fuel. That is actually too much liquid fuel. That is an absurd amount of liquid fuel. What are we gonna do with 4,000 units of liquid fuel? I guess we could just like have external tanks or something attached to it. Because this is what, 1,400? Because we need to account for the fuel that's gonna because we also need to account for the fuel that we're gonna bring there. That's actually just too much liquid fuel. That is actually too much fuel. Like, how much liquid fuel, how much fuel is there? Does this actually have? Is there a is there? Oh, it's down here, down here. Let's see. 6,300 units of liquid fuel. That should be enough to orbit. That should be enough to reach to reach Minmus. This is gonna be called Minstat 1. Hello. Lonely Whisper, how's it going? Hold on. Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to figure out the logistics of building a space station to Minmus. A station orbiting Minmus. Trying to figure out the logistics of that. But I'm gonna be ending the stream pretty soon. Because we need to launch a space station that's orbiting Minmus. That orbits Minmus. And we need 4,000 units of liquid fuel, which is an absurd amount of liquid fuel. Which is actually just too much liquid fuel. I'm sending it all up in one go. That's apparently just not enough Delta V. We need so much fuel just to carry this much. We need so much fuel to carry this fuel. We need the fuel to carry the fuel. Oh, that's just... Oh, that's... That's not enough. We need bigger. Bigger boosters. More. More. I'm gonna actually have 4. Hi Andrew, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna actually even add 4 boosters. I might not launch it now. I'm just gonna like I might not launch this now. I might just like plan to launch it like, because I don't even know. It should have enough Delta V to reach Minmus and still have enough fuel. Space, yes. It should still have enough Delta V to. The thing is, we just don't. I don't, because I'm concerned that we might just use up. My main concern is that we might just use up too much fuel. Like actually just getting to orbit and to Minmus. How much Delta V do we actually need to get to Minmus? Let me check the chart. I'm gonna consult the chart. How much Delta V do we need to reach Minmus? Do we need to orbit Minmus? Not that much actually. Only about 1,000 Delta V. Only about a 1,000. Like only about 1,000 Delta V looks like. Like especially if we need only a little bit over 1,000 Delta V to reach Minmus. I'm just concerned that we just might use up too much fuel, like actually just trying to get there. I think we should have enough fuel to. Oh, we should be fine with the fuel. I just need to worry about actually, you know, getting up there. It's just not. We honestly, we just our thrust. Also our thrust to weight ratio is not looking so hot. Our thrust to weight ratio is actually looking awful. Will this work better? Wait, will the tri-coupler work better? Hold on, I have an idea. Why is that so tiny? It's fine. It's fine. I have an idea. How many? This is like just. Oh yeah, that's just 3. 650. That's not really any more powerful, is it? power is about the same, actually. So, no, that's not really gonna work. That's not really gonna work because the power is no different. In fact, it's actually gonna be worse. 3 swivels are actually worse because... No, you know, no, that ain't gonna work. Nope, that won't work. The issue is that this is already, like... This is already cutting it to... The problem is, look at our thrust to weight ratio is actually awful. Our thrust to weight ratio is actually horrible. So it's questionable if this thing will even, like, actually get off the ground. I mean, it will get off the ground, but will it even, like, get... Will it even be able to get into... It's question, but I feel like this won't even get, like, it won't even get to orbit because of how low the thrust to weight ratio is. We just have too much fuel. I wish we didn't have so much, all this all this fuel. It's too much fuel. It is actually too much fuel. Like, this is actually just too much fuel. Like, what am I gonna do with this much fuel? Like, what would I actually eat? What would I actually possibly want to do with this much fuel? Like, like, I could send it up empty. Like, I don't know. I could like send it up, like send the fuel tanks empty, and then send a tanker, and then like send up a tanker to dock with it. That's really dumb. That's a really dumb idea. Yeah, I could just send it up like with empty tanks, but I could send the tanks up empty, but then send up a tanker, like a tanker. Well, that's dumb. But that's dumb. I don't even know. Like, I could just launch it and see how it goes. I could do a test launch. I might just do a... Okay, here... what I might do is I might just do a test launch and just see how it goes. But I feel like it's gonna go bad. Let's just try it. Let's just do a test launch. Launch of this design and see how it goes. Let's add some struts. I won't launch this mission today. I'll launch it next time. Add some struts. And I'll add the launch and stability enhancer. And we'll just see how this goes, I guess. Let's save and then just figure it out, actually. Let's just do a test launch. It's too big. It's too tall. I'm just gonna upgrade the launch pad. I don't feel like tweaking the design. I'm just gonna launch it and we'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna do a test launch just to see how this design goes. Why is it tilting? Why is it tipping? Wow, cool, I guess. Okay then. I guess we're gonna have to add two of the stability enhancers, cause sure, I guess. Oh god, it's not even getting off the ground. It's not even getting. Oh, oh, that's off. Oh, that's awful. Oh, it's not even getting off the launch pad. It won't even get off the launch pad. It's going sideways. It's actually going sideways. It's just going sideways right now. Oh, that's awful. Oh, that is oh, that's horrible. Oh, that's awful. It's just going sideways. It's just straight up going sideways. Oh no, that's horrible. That is horrible. That is horrible. It's just straight up going sideways. It's just going sideways. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. You know what? You know what we need? I think we just need more boosters. You know what? I think I know the solution. The solution is more boosters. Guys, I know the solution. The solution is more boosters. That is always the answer. Just more boosters. It might actually work. Unironically, it might actually work. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing ideas. The tried and true KSP strat. More boosters. Let's go, I guess. Just more boosters. Oh god, what is happening? Oh god, it's wobbling. I think it's working. For a bit. We're going in some weird direction, but they're wobbling because I forgot to re-add the struts. They're wobbling because I forgot to re-add the struts to the boosters. Oh. Oh. That's sad. Oh. We lost our engine. Oh. Oh. Sad. Sad times. Sad. All right, you know what? We're gonna figure this out next time. We're gonna figure this out next time. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here for today. Thanks for coming to the stream, guys. Thanks for coming out. We'll try to figure this out next time. But that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for coming to the stream, guys. Thanks for coming out. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, stream. Bye-bye.